Hey everyone, my name is Tom Harvey and welcome back to the channel. So if you've been thinking about buying a home in 2025, you probably have a lot of questions, right? Is it affordable? Are there any hidden downsides? Well, today I'm breaking down the pros and cons of home ownership in 2025 so you can decide if it's the right move for you. So let's talk about the pros of owning a home in 2025. Number one is home ownership builds wealth over time. So one of the perks of owning a home is building equity. When you pay rent, that money is essentially gone and it goes right to a landlord if you aren't investing it somewhere else. But when you own a home, every mortgage payment helps build wealth. And over time, home values tend to increase, meaning that your investment can be a pretty big payoff for your future. Talk about pro number two, stable monthly mortgage payments. So rent is unpredictable and it tends to go up every year. But with a fixed rate mortgage, your payment stays the same and goes down over time because you're paying off your loan. So this gives you stability. It helps you plan your finances without worrying about landlords raising the rent on you. So that is one pro of home ownership. So the third pro is probably my favorite one, and it's you have more control of your living space, okay? So you don't have to ask your landlord for permission to paint a wall, to get a pet, or renovate your kitchen. You know, when you own a home, it means you have total control over your space, whether that's upgrading appliances, adding a home office, or even building an ADU to create rental income or to have that generational living. You know, have your mom could live there or your kids could live there, and that's a huge pro. Another pro that I love is if you own a property with land, it's possible to create a homestead. You know, you can grow your own food, build a greenhouse, have chickens, build a workshop, do projects. The sky is the limit. So, and I could go on, but that's my favorite pro because you can create and customize your property and bring your dreams to life when you own a property and when you do have that option. So that's one pro that I really do love about home ownership. So the fourth pro is that there's tax benefits with home ownership. So home ownership comes with definitely some tax perks. Depending on where you live, you might be able to deduct things like mortgage interest, property taxes, and some home office expenses. Always check with your tax professional because these benefits can definitely add up, especially if you work from home. So that's the fourth pro of home ownership. The fifth pro is community ties. When you own a home, you're more or less going to want to be a part of that community and support local businesses. So whether it's getting to know your neighbors, enrolling your kid in local schools that you like, supporting small businesses, that's what I really like, and home ownership creates a sense of belonging that renting doesn't always provide. Now let's jump into the cons. High upfront costs like down payment and closing fees. So the biggest downside and hurdles for buyers is the upfront costs. You have down payment, you have closing costs, inspections, you have to pay for appraisals, moving expenses. So buying a home definitely takes a big chunk of cash. And, while there are some low down payment programs, you'll still need to prepare financially for those other expenses. So that is one con to home ownership and buying a home. So let's talk about the second con, which is maintenance and repairs. This can be very expensive. As a homeowner, there's no landlord to call when a water heater breaks or the roof starts leaking. You name it. Unexpected repairs like this can be costly, and it can be a regular maintenance thing like landscaping, plumbing, HVAC servicing, and this can definitely add up over time. So that is another con to owning a house. So number three is property taxes, and insurance keeps rising. So even if your mortgage payment stays the same, property taxes and home insurance tend to increase over time. So property taxes usually go up when there's new development projects, or let's say a new company that creates more jobs is in town. You can even say if there's a new school that is very attractive. Those are some examples that can raise your home's value. but it can also increase your property taxes. So depending on where you live, this can make home ownership more expensive than you originally planned for. All right, another con is there's less flexibility to move. Listen up, like when you rent, it's easy to pack up and move if you get a new job or if you want to change a scene. But owning a home means that you're tied down and it's a little bit trickier to sell. So if the market shifts and home values drop, selling might not be easy or profitable as you'd expect, that you'd like. So getting up and moving from your home is definitely more challenging, I think a lot of people realize, but that is one con to home ownership. The fifth con to home ownership is the housing market's unpredictable, right? I know this, I'm a realtor, and while real estate is generally a good long-term investment, the market can definitely be unpredictable, and I think we've seen that over the years. But if home prices drop and interest rates rise again, your home's value could, fluctuate, could take a hit. And that's why it's important to think long-term when buying a home and really, choose wisely of what area you buy in. All right, guys, so owning a home in 2025, is it worth it? Well, that depends on your personal goals and finances, of course. So home ownership can be a great way to build wealth, create stability, and kind of bring your visions to life, but it also comes with challenges, right? So let me know what you think. And if you're planning on buying a home in 2025, or if you're even flirting with the idea of buying a home, you could even just be curious to see what you can afford and maybe plan and buy later in the future. Just drop a comment below. I'd really love to talk to you and just kind of go over what the home buying process is like. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss more real estate tips. I'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Take care.